Some of you may have seen my video number 20, which is machining this girl in a garden in a frame. Well, I'm going to machine that young lady straight into this piece of firewood. So we're going to turn this piece of firewood, which is what, worth 10-20 cents, into a piece of garden art which could be worth over $100. So the first operation I'm going to do now is to machine a flat surface area here so we can do the 3D cut. I'm doing that with a 25mm router tool, and well, here we go. Okay, I've set this block of wood now up on the bed of the machine by the normal means, with clamps, and this is a big old lump of wood. You can see there, providing I can get it underneath that gantry, underneath this plate here, which is 200mm or 8 inches, providing it'll go underneath there, this machine will cut it. And providing it's within the template of this, if you see the rubber covering on the top there, which is 600mm long and 900mm long, which is where the machine gets its name from, a 6090 CNC router. And it's, if you put a slab of wood on here under 8 inches or 200mm in thickness, this machine will 3D carve it, it'll 2D carve it, it'll do anything you want with it. It'll machine it down, it will scallop the inside out, it will do absolutely anything that you can think of with it. And what I'm going to demonstrate now is exactly that. What I'm actually doing is I'm surfacing the material over its entire surface area. I'm taking it down 5mm at a time. Now, I've just run a cut and it's done the full cycle. So now what I'm going to do is, in NC Studio, I'm going to the jog mode, which is the jog window here, and I'm going to move in the X direction, so I take it off and away from the cutting area, so I can adjust the tool right down to the surface, the freshly cut surface of the material. So what I've got to do is I've got to actually zero this, and that's its safe distance at the moment above the material, which is 17.5mm. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, put it on full jog, which is that little window up there, set the X and press this button here, so I rapid move in the X direction. And you can see that this is the indication of where the tool has moved to. So now I want to take this down to the 0 Mac. Now I can choose, first of all, 0.5, which takes up to 17.00. Then I can go 10mm, which takes it down to 7mm. You see that? Yep. Hopefully, and then let me see, and 5, which leaves me with 2 millimeters. So I'll alter that to, there you go. So now I'm down to the 0. So now I select 5 millimeters per job, press that, then bring the arrow over to here. Oh, I stuffed that up, didn't I? No, I didn't. There we go. Okay, there we are. So it's now gone -5. So now that means that is absolutely at the surface of where the last cut finished. So now I can re-zero that, and now that is re-zeroed the CNC tool to the surface of the material. So now I'll post the so now I will press cycle start, and I will actually reduce the feed rate down, so I don't want it digging into the material very quickly, and I'll run that code again just by pressing this start button up here, and I'll swing the camera around. Right, so this is the actual G code itself. This is the language that the CNC machine understands. Now, I don't understand too much about it, but what I do know, now I don't understand what T1M6 actually means. I probably should do, but I don't. What I can tell you is, it says here, the first real line of code here is GO Z 17.499. Well, that means go to Z position, in other words the start off tool position, 17.5 millimeters above the material, and then it gives the location of a GO X, all zeros, Y, all zeros, and then it says S1 18,000. Now S1 is the spindle rotation in RPM. So that's telling the machine, well, go to the position from wherever you are, 17.5 millimeters above the material, above the set 0, and it wants you to go to the start of the job, which is the 0 position, which is actually the center of the material. So you got X0, Y0, and the spindle should be spinning at 18,000 RPM. And then of course the code then starts to tell the machine what to do. Then it wants the machine to go to an X position of minus 78.8 whatever, and a Y position of minus 155 millimeters. and it's saying then that the Z needs to be 5 millimeters. So in other words, that's a 5 millimeter depth of cut from the 0 position, so I'll go down 5 millimeters deep. And these coordinates here are obviously from the central position here. So it's telling it go X this direction so many millimeters, and Y this direction so many millimeters. In this case nearly 79 and 155. So then that's given the coordinates to the machine of exactly where to go and start to do the cut. So so that's a very, very basic explanation of G-code, and that's just a very, very small segment that I'm actually explaining to you. Better start it up. So to start it up, I just go up here, and it's just like starting an old tape recorder, I suppose, because you press the go button arrow there, and it all starts up. I'm taking it in very quietly. I'll take you up a little closer here. And it's doing a Z action. So it's going deeper and deeper as it goes down like this. This cut very, very, very slowly, because otherwise I have had it shoot across and snap the tool off. Now I can speed it up. Now it's taken that sort of like trough cut. Now I can speed it up.